What up, guys? It's Grant's Comics here, and today we'll be reviewing Monster on the Prowl #3 with this awesome cover of the track. He's like a creature vampire dude thing. And you got the subway train over there, and we got a guy. He's running from the track. But anyways, this issue is basically, first of all, this is from 1971, so it is obviously an older book. I believe this is a Silver Age comic. I don't know. I gotta look it up. I think it's Silver Age. The 70s is Silver Age. So this is early. This is early Silver Age. It's from Marvel Comics. Like I said, 1971, and it's a horror story. It has a bunch of horror stories. It has a bunch like of sci-fi and horror and stuff like that. I think it has like 4 stories, I believe, and this is one of them. And there's one story about like a Sandman, like this family is on a trip to Mexico because the father wanted his son to like be more athletic because he was like a nerd. He loved to read, so they go to Mexico and they find this cave where this Sandman guy was locked in a cave for eternity because people thought he was dangerous and stuff like that. And there was another one which was one of my favorites. Was this guy? He was an artist, and he drew, and he was like, his dream was to be a famous artist. You know, he drew like art and stuff, and nice art, and his flying saucer passes by and drops like a pencil, and at first glance he thinks it's a normal pencil, but when he draws like a bowl of fruit, it magically appears right in front of him, and at first he's like, this bowl of fruit wasn't there, it only was here when I started drawing it. Then he started to draw a rain, like cloud with rain over the bowl, and that became a reality. So he basically found a magic pen. So he drew like Mount Rushmore came to life. He drew a cruise ship with wings that came to life, and he drew David Crockett, Cleopatra. That came to life, and they were like, "What the heck? Who are these weird people? We're not in Rome anymore." So, and then he drew like himself as a king, as a president. He basically abused that power, that pen power that he did, and that was one of my favorite stories. And when he, like, towards the end of that story, he drew the same flying saucer that he saw in the beginning, and it came to life, and it took the pencil away from him because he abused that power, you know. And he was sad, and he went back to reality, and once the pencil was done, everything disappeared and stuff like that. And it was crazy. And another story is obviously this one where he's like a news reporter, and he wants to report like a mysterious like sighting and stuff like that. So he goes to the cave, and what he finds is the trag. So it's this thing. Kind of looks like a man bat a little bit, but man bat is much more cooler. And this trag tells the guy, like, a lot of people went into his cave but didn't survive. So he tried to grab on this guy, and he's telling this guy, "Oh, you're so brave. You're the only guy or the only human to come in here and actually be brave and run off." But he was like triggered for he was paralyzed for a little bit because he was so scared of how this trag was or is. So he freaked out a little bit, and he found this in this tunnel like a bunch of trains that the trag calls his toys. So he goes into this guy goes into one of the trains, hoping it works. He turns it on, the train moves and hits the trag. So that's pretty cool. So, and there's another one where this last story that I want to say is there's this forest, and in this forest the forest was so. This guy, he was a wealthy rich man. He was basically an asshole. He didn't care what other people around him was feeling. He called these people peasants. He was rich, and he bought this house where it's like cursed. And people who stayed in this forest, this house in this forest, and outside, like bad stuff was happening. Like there was fires, there was floods, and he didn't care. All he cared was himself, and it was like really cocky. And when I read that story, I was like, this dude is such an asshole. If it was me, I would have done something about it. First of all, I wouldn't even buy this house in this forest, knowing that it's cursed. So this guy was a brave dude, was an asshole, pain in the butt, and just bought this house and didn't care if, you know, this curse was to happen to other people. And the only way he was grateful that he was around was when these aliens from another dimension took him as a prisoner, like an animal in a cage, and said, dude, you need to stop being an asshole and just appreciate life and stuff like that. And that was like an eye-opener for him. So yeah, that's it. So there were like 4 stories. Like I said, this is one of the stories I liked, and another one was the magical pencil. That's 2 of my favorite stories. I didn't like the cursed forest one. That was kind of weird. Not weird, but the guy in that issue was an asshole, like I said. So before I go, I want to show you the condition. So first, if you guys can see by the M and the O, there's like a writing. There's like a writing like right there, over there, right there by the M. And obviously, and if you guys can see, there's a spine tick over there. There's another one over there. There's like marks. Let's see. And obviously, there's gonna be folds because, like I said, this is from 1971. And we're gonna look at the inside. The inside is actually pretty clean for a book that's from the 70s, the early 70s. Yeah. So here's the front. And then the back is pretty clean. I like the back's actually clean. The inside is awesome. This is one of the stories of Sandman. Let me just randomly go to another story. This is the Cursed Forest story. I don't want to flip this too back and forth. This is the magical pen one. And then the last one is, oh yeah, and there's this girl who found a weird creature, and the creature didn't attack her, but he was nice about it, and he was just like, if you want to help me escape, you can. And this is the trag one with the train, the guy. That's the big creature right there. But anyways, that is it for now. If comment down below what you guys think of this review. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? I just like to do reviews for you guys, and I like to get older comics so I can review them and read them. If you guys like it, then give this video a thumbs up. If you guys don't like it, then you can you don't have to like it. It's up to you guys. But and comment below of what you guys think of this review. And if you guys ain't subscribed, and if you guys are from in the comic book community, and you guys ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my to Grant's Comics for more content like this, like reviews and comic hauls, and hopefully more comic unboxings. I never done that in a while. But yeah, subscribe for all that good stuff. Grant's Comics, if you guys haven't. Alright.